Hi everyone, welcome to the weekly review of my M1 Finance dividend portfolio. Balance on the account is $221,365.73. Let's go ahead and look at the performance for the past week. Overall, the portfolio was up 1.33% or $2,895.84. I'm really happy to finally see the portfolio in the 20s. I don't know how to say the 220s range. It took a really long time to get here, and I know I'm barely in it, but I hope it continues to stay in this range and just work towards $230,000. But we'll see why it's even in this range and take it from there. Okay. So I have three holdings in the portfolio. The first is VU, or the S&P 500. That was up 1.54% or $2,205.42. Second position is SCHD, which is the Schwab US Dividend ETF. That was up 0.83% or $585.57. And then QQQM, which tracks the NASDAQ 100, was up 2.88% or $104.85. Let's look at the activity for the past week. But before I go there, in my last video, I'd gotten a comment in terms of why do I call this a dividend portfolio when, to be fair, most of my updates is not necessarily talking about dividend. I call it a dividend portfolio because all of my holdings pay a dividend, and one of the main goals of this portfolio, besides early retirement, is to generate a substantial dividend payout for myself that I could live off of in early retirement. Probably not 100% cover my expenses, but like cover some expenses. So the more I can invest in this portfolio and build up these positions, the more dividend payouts I will get. And then I also too cover on a quarterly basis because that's when these holdings pay out the amount that I get in dividend. So that is why. All right, let's move over to the activities for the past week. So this week was a pay week, so I was able to make a big deposit. So let's just take it from the top. On February 10th, I deposited $100. It all went to VU, and I got 0.18 shares. And then on February 13th, I put in $3,000. It all went to VU, and I got 5.40 shares. So as you see, me making that big deposit of $3,000 really helped the portfolio balance to increase this past week. So if we just look at the recap, I started the week at $215,369.88. I deposited $3,100 into it, and then the market gain of $2,895.84 is what brings the portfolio up to $221,365.73. So actually it's about 50-50 responsibility in terms of why the portfolio is at the current balance. So I put in the $3,100, but then the market gain was close to $3,000. So I'm gonna call it a wash in terms of the main reason why the portfolio increased to the balance that it did. But it feels really good to see this balance going up because, as I mentioned before, my main goal is early retirement. So the higher this portfolio can go in the shortest period of time, the better for me. All right, and then let's just look at the funding. So to date, if we look at 2025, I've put in $7,570 into the portfolio. So almost $10,000 has been deposited, and we are a month and a half into 2025. So I'm really just hoping to continue this momentum and just aggressively invest. That's going to be pending I'm able to keep my current job and my current income. I don't know what the future holds. I hope it all works out for me, but just want to be transparent in terms of how I'm able to make these big deposits. It is because of my income. I do have a high income. So, and I live below my means. So that's why I have margin to put in like a $3,000 deposit this week when I got paid. All right, and just looking at the overall portfolio, it's up 15.25% or $29,290.59. VU is up 16.99% or $21,330.23. This is why I'm trying to like build up that VU position because it's my best performing ETF. So definitely want to lean more into that. Next is SCHD. It's up 12.16% or $7,670.99. And then the last position, QQQM, is up 8.38% or $289.37. Actually, this is the highest percentage increase, not increase, the highest percentage return I've seen for QQQM thus far in my portfolio. So that's really awesome if you can keep on going, get to 10%, 15%, 20%. That would really be fantastic. All right, so those are all of the updates for this week. I'm feeling really good about where the portfolio is. In the next 3 weeks or so, I will be getting my bonus payout. So I should have a pretty substantial deposit to put into the portfolio, which I, of course, will share with you. But in the interim, I will be making the weekly videos so that you see every week what I'm doing, what the amounts are, what's happening, how I'm feeling. But this week in particular, I'm feeling really good, really loving that the balance is now in the 220s and hope for it to just keep climbing next week and take it from there. All right, that's all of the updates for this week, and I'll catch you next week. Bye.